Jingaree. This is my 4299 EDN self-reflective text production video. For this video, I'll be looking at 3 artifacts which delve into who I am as an educator, critically engaging with representations of First Nations peoples, and critically reflecting on my own personal relationships with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. My first artifact is my identity. To start this off, I wanted to switch it up and speak in my people's traditional language. So I say to you, Yari Gurries, na Kobo Kobo Warra, na Bubagin Yaman, na Guju, na Kabul, na Waka Waka, na Reuben Davis. What I just said is hello. My name is Reuben Davis and I'm from the Cobble Cobble people from Warra. This is depicted in that first image towards the right of that Danish flag there, which is showing the small town of Warra in southwest Queensland. This is where my people, the Cobble Cobble people, are traditionally from. Above it is a culturally significant place for my mob, the Bunya Mountains. It's a culturally significant spot for multiple reasons, but we are also the mob from the western side of the Bunya Mountains. Below the Bunya Mountains is an image of the Danish flag. This was to represent my mother's side, as my grandfather was a Danish immigrant who came over after World War II. Below is the Aboriginal flag, and that's to depict my culture, my family on my dad's side, my language, my song and dance. I wanted to find something that I thought would symbolize all of that, and the one that I connected to instantly was the Aboriginal flag. The reason why I selected identity as my first artifact was because it's important as educators that we have strong identities. We are sure as who we are and we know our strengths of what we bring to the classroom. For our students, it's even more important, as having strong identities and knowing who they are, they can contribute more to the class. They also need to see their identities reflected in the learning. This is identified with the Australian curriculum, as they acknowledge that, in particular for our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, having real and authentic representations of First Nations peoples allows them to see themselves in the curriculum and connects them better in the classroom. It shows their identity to the class in a positive light. For teachers, it's important, as with strong identities, we're able to understand our personal assumptions within that high expectations framework, and through that, we're able to then create spaces in our classroom, in our communities, in our school, to have challenging dialogues with our students, with our parents and families and community organizations, and as well with our colleagues and other staff members in the school. So that's the reason why I chose identity as my first artifact, and the importance of having strong identities for us as educators. My second artifact is Knowledge House, which is a Indigenous unit that's located at a school which is situated in the heart of the urban jungle of Logan. I've been privileged to work in this space for the past year. Previously at the school, I've been working as a teacher aide in different departments for the past 3 years. But I was brought into the Knowledge House unit team originally as a teacher aide at the start of the year. However, halfway through the year, I was made the community education counselor. Taking on the role of the CEC was massive. It was massive for a few reasons. For my uni and work balance, it honestly threw it out of whack. But for my professional wise, it had an extra significance to it. This role is very special. It's special for the fact, just for the plain fact of the advocacy that went behind to having an identified role of bridging and working with our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, families, and community in schools. And so stepping into this role, I began standing on the shoulders of giants, and it opened my eyes a lot, even though I've just entered this space. Working exclusively with mob has been as beautiful as it's been challenging. But through this role, I've gained a lived experience of trying to get the balance right of existing within the third cultural space. I've worked with a team, with the community, to try to enact some of the concepts we've discussed in the course, such as high expectations, relationships with schools, families, and communities, a strengths-based approach, which I feel very privileged to have been a part about. This role in particular has opened my eyes to, as my Yabu always says, the matrix, the institutional racism how schools reproduce the status quo, the status quo that disenfranchises my people. Um, and furthermore, this course has been a blessing as I've been able to sit and critically reflect and have discussions about the role I've been in. I've been able to engage with readings by other First Nations mob who have had similar lived experiences. And so through this course, I've been able to take that lived experience and really delve into deep with it. And so that is why Knowledge House is my second artifact. My third artifact for this video is connections, and this is connections with people that I've met through uni. I know other people who are doing this course have also done this as an artifact, but I just kind of want to let it be known that I was the one that come up with the idea originally. Just wanted that to let it be known in case there was any like, are they all copying or whatever. But these connections that I have made through uni have drastically improved my experience. And upon reflection, this connects to, no pun intended, but this connects to the, notions that quality student and teacher connections and relationships, and then quality student and student connections. And in that same token, high expectations relationships for our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, and, high expectation relationships where us as educators are fair and firm. Like we're firm in the sense of upholding school expectations, upholding everything, but also being empathetic to what the student's going through. These connections that I've made through uni and my improvement of my uni experience has highlighted the importance of this, and has also highlighted the challenge as educators that we need to create these positive influences and positive environments and spaces for this to happen, for us to make these connections with our students, our families, and communities. Through this course, I've been able to critically reflect on my lived experiences of working in this space and my development as a pre-service teacher. This was expressed through 3 artifacts which connect to the importance of high expectations relationships, strength-based approaches, and authentic representation/experiences of Indigenous knowledges while working within the third cultural space. Yinande.